Okay, and it's recording again then.
Okay, thank you for returning. Our executive session is now over, and there was no action taken. I repeat, no action taken from our executive session. Okay, up next we have, let me get to that session agenda, mayor's appointments for boards and commissions. And I did receive an application, did they submit the training required for this position?
She did.
Okay, perfect. So we have an application, let's see what it says here. Maria Griselda Chacon, she's from the Sunnyside area. PhD from Arizona State University on behavioral health, master's in social work, Eastern Washington University. Current small business owner and commercial property owner, health fairs, self-employed. So we have somebody who obviously has good qualifications and is interested in one of our commissions, which is great. So council, unless there's an objection, I'd like to appoint this, a person to our Community Economic Development Commission.
Mr. Mayor, this is something I was gonna bring up under council. We have this committee with nobody on it, and I think it's a committee that we desperately need. And I would appreciate having her appointed and doing something to bring some people in. We might have to go door to door to do it, but I think it's a committee that's very much needed.
And I'm not sure how this happened, but honestly, I know we posted on Facebook and a few other social media events, so not quite sure how successful those were, but somehow, they got interested in this. But if you know anyone else who might be interested, I think the second appointee to this committee is the first one. I thought it was somebody else, but I could be wrong. But yeah, if councilman, for sure, if you know someone who might be interested, would be a good fit, by all means, please have them apply. Looking forward to seeing, how this one goes. I'm excited to see that there's people interested in economic development, which is great. So thank you for your support, council. We'll let her know that she has been, appointed, and then she submitted her trainings. I think we're in good shape. That's the only one I have. So council will go on to our next agenda item, which is going to be council request status report. Madam City Manager.
Thank you, Mayor Guerrero. We have nothing new on any of these items. Really, we've just been kind of doing our jobs and getting things done. The tree replacement plan, we have replaced some trees. We do know that and we do have a plan in place. I'm not sure if Mayor Guerrero would be interested in letting us take this agenda item off, and I'm going to actually ask you on your agenda items, your desires, so before your last meeting, we know your desire.
Well, personally, I think we still got work to do in the tree replacement. I know there's a plan. I know there's progress being made. If somebody's going to take that on to see it through, I would appreciate it, because I think we sorely need more trees on Sunnyside. It's one of those,
I'll take it on.
I would be welcome to do it too. I mean,
Actually, if Miss Hart wants it, she can have it.
really? Thank you, Mr. Restucci.
Well, thank you, Council. I appreciate that. It's one of those items that I was near and dear to my heart.
Either way is fine.
Thank you for taking that over. And as far as the police reserves, I have no issues with that. I know it's tough under the current, situation with the law, but I do see a lot of value in police reserves. I think if we have a commander who is willing to invest time and energy into it, it would be great again, but obviously, sounds like we're being a little more extra cautious than we should be maybe, but, my personal opinion. But I think police reserves is definitely something that, should be, kind of kept up with, but I have a problem removing it. Somebody else wants to take that on in the future, by all means.
Okay. And then the last item is the prosecutor RFP. And I'm sure my email last week enlightened some of the issues at our court. And I plan on, as soon as the judge RFP is done, to tackle the prosecutor RFP again.
I'll take it, Mr. Mayor. I can pick it up, Mr. Mayor, if you want.
Okay, thank you, Councilor Tucci.
Okay, I have my notes. And we will make those changes for the January 10th council.
Council members, anyone else wish to add any items for the council request status report?
This time.
Being none, we'll move on to our next agenda item, which is going to be other reports, announcements, and/or questions by council. And we'll start with Councilor, Deputy Mayor Broadman.
Well, I haven't been on any committees that have met recently, just a comment, I know this is your last meeting this evening, Mr. Mayor, and I want to thank you, it's been good serving with you, we were appointed on the same night. And while we haven't always agreed, I think, we've been able to keep things respectful and the tone good. And there's been several times that, I disagreed with you guys rather strongly, and I came around to your point of view at the end, so I do appreciate, your well thought out approach, so. Thank you, and I wish you well in the future.
Thank you. Councilor Tucci.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I too have to say the same thing. It's been an honor and a privilege to serve with you, Francisco. Many years, we've done a lot of good things. I'm very happy with the way the city is right now. And you know, part of that's a feather in your cap, sir, for the work that you've done and the leadership that you've shown. So I've truly appreciated working with you.
Councilor Rivera.
I'd like to say the same thing. I was on the planning commission with you, now I'm on city council with you. Learned a lot.
Councilor Hicks.
With my colleagues, we started roughly at the same time, and a pleasure.
Councilor Farmer.
I would agree with my colleagues also. I know we haven't seen eye to eye on some things, but I respected you as mayor, and I wish you well. You've done a good job. I also would like to go on record as thanking the Rotary for the implement parade. What a fabulous job they did, and the city. I know the city spent a lot of time cleaning the streets and police officers and everything. I think the city just did a bang up job, and I think the Rotary, and I've never seen more people to any one of these parades than I saw this time, and I appreciate all the work, hard work that went into pulling this off. It was a great event. The other thing that I would like to talk about, going back to Mike's comment about the noise this evening. I don't know how to say this, but I would like for the city, through the police department, to look into this very seriously. Many of these cars are driving with illegal exhaust systems, and it's going to be hard to catch them. I know it is, but the racing and the noise that goes with it is a blight on our community, and I think we need to look at some type of ordinance, some type of tool that we can give our police department to help alleviate this problem. The racing still, I know that it has some emphasis, but the racing's still there, and the noise is terrible. So I just think that I don't know whether we need to direct the city manager to start this process or what we need to do, but I think it needs to be looked at, and I think the sooner the better. That's all I have.
Councilor Hart.
Well, I certainly want to offer my words of gratitude to Mr. Mayor Guerrero. The time that I've served with you on the council, both as a deputy mayor and then and this past few months as a mayor, I feel like that whenever anybody's asked me who the mayor was, I says, well, he's a really great guy. He's doing a really good job. And I've said that to the community. So I say that to you now. I believe that you have been. It's going to be, I wish that you were continuing on the council, but of course, that's a personal choice. And so we will be missed, and some of us are going to have to step up and kind of try to fill some of those shoes that you're leaving vacant there. Also, I just want to add my comments as regard to the this past week, the Christmas weekend events. I thought all the events that were held did really, really well. I really love the addition of the Christmas market. I thought that was a really great event. And then the things that happened at the community center, the resource fair that was held this past weekend was a really great project. Also, the different things that have happened for Christmas coming, making the whole month kind of Christmassy. I know there's still a thing out there for lighted homes. If you're involved with that, if you noticed, there was a lot more lighted homes on Edison, which is really great, and all around town. I think everybody's been running everybody out of lights. So I've been really excited to see that. So, but with that, that's what I have, my comments. Thank you.
Thank you, and I want to thank everybody for obviously their comments tonight, and I'm just glad to be leaving on a high note. Our budget is in good shape, you know, council is obviously being very diligent about keeping an eye on our budget, and obviously our city manager, our finance director at the time, and just having good, clean audit, our budget, you know, I can't say enough, you know, I'm just happy not leaving in a low note, and it's been a lot of good, you know, almost 9 years, I think, of being with the city mayor of Portsmouth, and when first came, I know the budget was in shambles, and I'm just a little sad because this long to get it under control, but I'm glad it's under control, and it's in really good shape. We got reserve, we have more staff, and I think great things are going to come, you know, with council keeping an eye on obviously the budget itself. So thank you everyone for, you know, a lot of the lessons I learned during council members. And again, we didn't always agree, but we always kept it professional, and we always try to, you know, express our opinions about things, and, you know, we kept it professional. I think that's part of what made this pleasant, because you don't get a whole lot of thanks from a lot of the decisions you make, but at the end of the day, I think we make the best decisions based on our criteria of what is the best course of action, and I feel like we did that, you know, the past 9 years, and the best best person presenting the argument or the comments or the debate is the one that won, and that's the way it should be. And I want to thank everybody for, you know, a lot of those efforts at the time. I don't know if I miss you guys, but not really. But I will be around. I'm not going anywhere, but I'm still going to be obviously. I'm not still away from politics for a while and focus on other items, but I want to thank everybody. Whether it's good, bad, or different, I want to thank you guys, and wish you the best of luck in the next few years. So thank you, everyone. All right, up next we have council request status. No, we did that one already, sorry. We have upcoming council meetings. Madam City Manager.
Thank you, Mayor Guerrero. So at our January 10th regular meeting, we will have discussion on a city manager contract committee, so that you may begin negotiating, if that's your desire, with me for a permanent contract. We will have Amoresco that will give us the results of our citywide energy audit. I did have selection of mayor for 2022, so that you will be able to vote on that, and we'll have a permanent mayor. The false alarm ordinance, this is the one that was brought forward by the chief last meeting, or last workshop, I believe, I'm not sure. I want to say it was the meeting in November. And so this has been reviewed by the city attorney with a few changes, but otherwise it's cleaned up for your direction. And then at our January 24th regular meeting, we have the 2020 Outstanding Performance Award for our wastewater treatment plant. We are hoping it will be in person so we can give them their plaque in person. But if not, we'll make sure that they get it and get recognition. And then February 7th at our workshop, we have the personnel policy review and a compensation study to bring forward. And future items, Probably need to start working and have a workshop on the council redistricting. That'll be something that I'll put on for, probably March or April, because it is due in June, so I don't want to wait until the very last minute for that to come forward. Otherwise, the judicial, services agreement, we have, started the RFQ process. We have it in review, and we're hoping to go out before Christmas so that we can get that out to the public and have a review period so that we can get that going. We are currently working on the Teamster Support 2022 wage increase. Look to have something that we can bring to council to possibly the January 10th meeting, but we're still waiting on Teamsters. And we are currently bargaining with IAF CBA. We've had 2 meetings, and we will be proceeding with that until we are done.
Council, do you have any item on agenda I'd like to add? Please get a hold of our city manager, and I'm sure we'll work it in there. Up next, we have items from department heads.
And my 2 department heads that are left are Public Works Director Shane Fisher. If you could please give your report.
You bet. Just have, just one item, just want to give everybody an update on the skate park. We do, be patient, we're waiting to, hear back from some contractors on some of our concrete work. Pathways and stuff, right now we've got plywood right now, so the kids can walk in and out of the park without tracking in dirt and mud. We're still unsightly right now, but I promise you come springtime, it will look spectacular. We've got a landscaper, on retainer to come in and help us rehab the grass, and we're gonna kind of clean up out there, so it's looking pretty bad. I did meet with PP&L today out there. We did talk with a tertiary plan for getting the lighting. We have actually 3 light poles we're gonna put up, so at this time of year, you know, we can start at 5 o'clock, and the kids can continue at 8. So we have some local vendors that have donated some lights and some labor, and then a couple of contractors that have decided to donate some labor as well. And then the balance will be picked up by the Rotary. That would go out today with BP&L. And so they'll pick up the balance, and I'm not sure what that dollar amount is. But whatever the contractors and vendors won't pick up, they will pick up so that's great news. That's moving along. It's a big hit. Everybody knows you guys try to do it.
So I've never seen that.
Not as many adults as the kids, like I've noticed lately. But and then with that, I want to thank Francisco. You did a great job. You run a great meeting, and good luck to you in the future.
I probably then might get the permit, so you'll probably see me anyway. So.
Right. Mr. Mayor.
Yes, sir.
Question, will we have to change our hours of operations of the park now that the skate park's in there, because it's sun up to sundown?
It is sun to sundown. Yeah, we'll have to do something. We'll have to amend our code to allow that. So, no, it's gonna be tough because if there's kids that go in there, because the lights we can't just light up the park and nothing else. So other people may want to be in there and kind of mingle and hang out. There may not necessarily be skating. So that may be a little bit of something we'll have to kind of work through with PD and how we, you know, if the park's open, the park's open. As long as kids aren't doing.
I was gonna say, if it's night, I say we put the daylight out there,
Right.
so they can't be hiding back there doing stuff.
Right. And so anyway, we do have to amend it though, because you're correct. We are missing the whole sundown thing doesn't apply to the lights up.
And Fire Chief Anderson.
Good evening, council members, city manager, and Mayor Guerrero. I have nothing real significantly new to report out, but I would like to commend the mayor for his years of service to the city and wish him great success in your future endeavors. It's been nice working with you. Thank you.
And lastly, I'll go, I'm going to echo just about what everybody else has said here. You've been an awesome mayor and always brought forward new perspectives that maybe as a city worker I didn't see, and I appreciate your opinion and your ability to review things and ask me questions that I always thought were sometimes outside the box, so very much appreciated. And then as far as the things that's going on for the city, this morning I walked downtown, making sure all the businesses were aware of the meeting that's tomorrow night at 6 o'clock regarding the 6th Street project that we approved tonight. There was great response. I think that we'll probably see that the meeting is well attended, since we did make personal contact with a lot of, well, all of the businesses. We had a few that we had to stuff the flyer in the door, but otherwise we made some good progress there. And then just for situational awareness, I don't have any planned time off until sometime in January. I may take off a half a day on Christmas Eve. But otherwise, I will be here. I have several department heads that are taking time off the week before Christmas and some taking time off the week after Christmas. So it will be sporadic with who's on board at the city, but we will be well covered. And thank you so much for a smooth budget process. It was not only my staff that made it happen, it was also council. You know, having a great council that really understood what was going on and helping make those decisions was vital. So again, thank you.
All right, thank you very much, and, there being no further business to come before council, and without objection, I adjourn this meeting at 8:02 p.m. Thank you, everyone, and, have a happy holidays, and we'll probably see you around.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.